Hey there everybody, this is Jackie Van Ham and I am on an adventure to find the coolest stuff going on in motorcycling. Here in Milwaukee, we are going to be hanging out with a group of bikers that is absolutely breaking boundaries on Z1R's Downshift. Traditionally, power sports has been a male-dominated industry, but we are going to talk and ride with a group of women who are working to change that. This is the Lita's Milwaukee. Woo!
The Milwaukee chapter of the Litas is just one of 320 worldwide. For co-founders Michelle Perez and Angel Lilac, it's become a passion.
The branch first opened shortly after the main branch opened in Salt Lake City. So that was around 2015, 2016. And I kind of met some of the ladies and started riding a little bit with them, and then pulled back for whatever reason.
The Litas is a perfect motorcycle collective that's very inclusive and can help women to start how to learn how to ride motorcycles. How many members are there?
Officially, probably around 200.
In Milwaukee?
Active, yes.
Oh wow.
We have some members that, for example, we have a member who lives in Fox Lake, Illinois, but she took to our group, so she comes up and she's part of our group. Active, less than that, probably about half of that.
The Milwaukee chapter of the Litas is just one of 320 worldwide.
I don't know any other women who ride in my friend group or family, so I just only know a few guys that ride, and I wanted to expand my circle as far as who I rode with and find other women who also enjoyed motorcycles. I like our group rides that we do together. That's a good time for us to explore different areas of Wisconsin or even further into Illinois at times.
The community of women riders that really welcomes you in, so it's important to have those support groups.
The Litas, I mean, we're all women, so we know how it is to ride, and when we're riding amongst other men, it's a different, kind of different vibe than when another man is riding with other men.
Every Lita has a story that got her on a bike. Some have traveled quite a long distance to be a part of this group, like Angel.
I've been a member since, I want to say since, well, 2017.
2017.
Yeah,
right.
And I started actually in San Diego, where I'm originally from.
Okay, and now you're in Milwaukee, which is the home of everything Harley Davidson.
Of course, yeah.
Did this feel like a homecoming for you, or what?
Yeah, I mean, that's actually the reason why I moved to Milwaukee from San Diego. I served in the U.S. Navy early in my life when I was 18, and when I was transitioning out of the Navy, it was a rough transition for me, and so I had a very difficult time. And while I was transitioning out, I learned from doctors and therapists that there was like healthy coping mechanisms of how to deal with your stress and anxiety and whatnot. And one of them was like bicycling or motorcycling.
Some of the Litas have been riding longer and have used the experience to branch out into the bigger world of motorcycles.
Almost 10 years. And racing. I'm in my second season of flat track racing.
Oh, right on. Yeah. Flat track racing, very exciting. What are you riding out there?
Right now I have a 2018 Honda Sierra 450.
Okay.
Which I love. I did a lot of work on it over the winter. I had surgery on my elbow, and that was kind of my project to get that going for the season.
I got my license July 1st, super excited, and I was riding as much as I could for the 2 weeks, and then right after that I had to go out east for my work for 3 weeks, and immediately the day I came back we headed out to Sturgis. So I had only had 2 weeks of actual riding practice until like I went out west. So yeah, it was a wild time. Within 10 minutes, I did fall off the bike.
Oh.
And yeah, it was a very wild time.
I'm an adrenaline junkie, so anything that's gonna get my blood pumping and the excitement going is all for me. I love the freedom of being able to get on my bike and go as far as I want.
Family supportive of you getting your license?
Oh, 100%. My father was pushing for me to get my license for years. He's been ready.
One of the benefits of these women riding groups are how inspirational the women are to one another.
I think that us being together as a group and showing up as a group, it's empowering. It's empowering to other women. It's influential to see for young children to see so many wide variety of women on wide variety of bikes out there.
I think the women get empowered, getting on a bigger bike and being able to handle it and, going on your own and just doing your thing, inspiring other women to ride.
It's definitely time to quit talking and start riding with some of these empowering and inspirational women of the Litas. Every rider's bike is a reflection on their personality, and the Litas are no exception.
And what are you riding today? I'm riding my Yamaha V-Star Custom. She's a 98.
This is a 2019 Harley-Davidson Lowrider S.
First things, your bike is clearly very different from the rest of the pack that we had here today. Can you tell us what you're riding?
Yeah, I like to stand out. So this is my 2008 Yamaha R6.
Some sport bike action.
Yes.
Are you in the minority of the Litas group here in Milwaukee? I feel like you are.
Yes, I am. Lita's overall, I think, is a sports bike kind of minority. Oh. Yeah, they're very Harley favored. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Are they twisting your arm and trying to convince you that you need to go over to the Harley Davidson Team Orange side?
My girls don't, but I did hear it a lot during like the Harley 120th, where you get on a real bike.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely know that this is a real bike. I rode next to you.
As important as every rider's bike is, equally important is the gear that is worn while riding.
I love having my music in my helmet. That is the number one thing, especially when I was first starting to learn how to ride. I had so much anxiety about everything that was going on around me. Helmet. Absolutely.
Helmet, I love that.
My helmet.
Okay.
Absolutely. When I first started riding, I was like, I definitely have to wear a helmet. They get a little kind of lax. You're like, yeah, do I really need a helmet? Absolutely, 100% you need a helmet. So, and I kind of started out with the smaller, it's too constricting. Now I do a full face all the time, anytime I ride.
I don't ride ever without a helmet and my gloves at bare minimum. Padded pants are suggested, boots over the ankles. I've had friends who unfortunately did some damage to themselves by not wearing gear.
Being located in Milwaukee means that this chapter of the Litas is connected with some of the big players in the motorcycle world.
We have a pretty good presence in Milwaukee. We have a lot of support with some of the local people, Flat Out Friday, Jeremy and his crew, Mama Tried, Scott and Warren. They always try to include us.
We have all sorts of ages and dynamics as far as women who join us for riding, and with the experience-ship that we have, there's women who have ridden quite a bit and there's women who are brand new.
Yeah, it's super exciting. As a matter of fact, here in the parking lot earlier, a little girl was pointing at me, and you want to wave because you want to see them on the bikes in the future too.
This growing segment of female riders means changes to the powersports industry are in demand.
I would change, well, I'd like to see motorcycle manufacturers kind of catering a little more to us. You know, when I first got this bike, a bigger bike, the height of it was okay, but I was way far forward. You know, my arms aren't that long. So taking those types of things into consideration, you know, we're not all built the same, you know, and we're not built the same as men, you know, generally taller, and so it would be nice to see some of that. So we get a bike and now we have to lower it and we have to make all these modifications, which costs a lot of money. So.
For some riders, they would prefer to see the change come from within the motorcycle culture.
I would say, I guess some of the thoughts or beliefs, stigmas, and stereotypes that are attached to motorcycling. And I would say how you could also be a motorcyclist, proud to be a motorcyclist, but also be proud of other aspects of yourself, like being shy or quiet, reserved. You know, you could probably be both aspects, because motorcycling is a very adventurous, you know, hobby or sport. And yeah, you can probably be both sides, and you don't have to choose one or the other. So I wish I could change that type of thought that society may have about motorcycling.
That all bikers are like loud troublemakers.
Right.
Those changes could open the door to even more female riders, and the Litas have some suggestions on how they can get started.
Take the courses that are out there. The Learn to Ride course is the one that I took initially, again 11 years ago, but it was great for beginner tips, how to learn how to turn, corner, the basics of the road.
What an excellent day riding with such a great group of ladies. And that's it for this episode. This is Jackie Van Ham, and we'll see you next time on Z1R's Downshift.